We look like a cake topper.
Yeah.
Standing here, you and I do.
Yeah.
It's Wedding Week on Fox, and today we are talking about the one thing that almost everyone remembers after the big day. We're talking about the cake, with tips on how to make sure you have your wedding cake that guests will talk about for years to come. We have Jay Qualls of Maples Wedding Cakes. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You know, and it is true, because I remember my friend Kelly's cake was so good, and it was chocolate. She had a chocolate and a white, and it had like this great raspberry in the middle. Just lovely. People talk about the cakes for years to come.
The cake has become a centerpiece in the reception.
It really has.
They look at the bride at the ceremony, and then they go immediately and look at the cake at the reception.
Absolutely.
So it has become, over the past few years, it has become really a work of art, not just about it tasting good and looking good, but your goal is to have both.
It's an expression of the day.
It does, and it really should capture the essence of the bride's personality and the essence of her wedding and what she wants to accomplish in her reception.
You know, when I look at some of these cakes, I'm thinking, where do you even begin? I think every bride has an idea in their head of what they would love to see, but when they come in to see you, Jay, what's the first thing that you talk to them about?
Well, when you come into our shop, we have literally 50 to 60 cakes sitting in our shop on display. So the girls can literally see many varieties of designs and textures and shapes. And like, for example, we've got a very traditional cake here on this side, and then we've got a very modern style on this side. So when a bride sits down with us, the first thing we do is I ask them to look around the shop and tell me what really are they attracted to.
What stands out?
Yeah, what stands out to them. And many times when they come to us, they already have done a lot of research. That's one of the cool things about today's bride is they do a lot of research before they get to you as the vendor. And they kind of have an idea. Sometimes they don't, but we ask the right questions. You know, what are you having a formal event? Are you having a casual event? Are you having cocktails? Are you having a bar? Because people that typically have alcohol do not eat as much cake.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they drink more instead of eating cake. So it really makes a difference as to what type of event you're having, as to how much cake you're going to need.
And that's the thing. Do you usually say, okay, one slice per person, or do you go with, I know this cake is going to feed 200 people? How do you kind of divvy that up? Well,
we ask, like, if you're going to have a seated dinner, then if you're following etiquette, etiquette states that everyone should be served a piece of cake if it's served as dessert. If you are having a cocktail style reception, then the cake can be served and plated on a table and people can serve themselves. Okay. So it really depends on the type of event you're having. You know, the one thing I have to point out to everybody, I remember getting, it's been 10 years, so everything has changed, but fondant is so beautiful and smooth, but I remember them asking me, are you sure you want that because it doesn't taste great? You said not so, and that's really one of your specialties that make this beautiful fondant. This is not ribbon, this is actual fondant that you've made look like ribbon. It's a combination of fondant and gum paste, and this is a very difficult technique to get level and true and plumb, and it's really beautiful. And I really wanted, when I designed this cake last year, I really wanted to stay true to the art of sugar on the cakes that we designed last year, with the exception of the brooches. I don't think I'll ever give up using brooches on my cakes. You need a couple embellishments there. I gotta have those for some reason. Wait, I have to see the Martha cake. You have a beautiful cake that's featured in Martha Stewart weddings. Yes, yes. Oh my word, look at that. You did that? I did. I flew to New York in September, and I was invited by Martha Stewart Weddings to come and decorate a cake, the heart-themed wedding cake in their cake series. Jay, that's gorgeous. Thank you so much. I was honored and flattered beyond belief to get to do it. And it was an amazing experience. Well, I know this is one of those topics we could probably talk about, and of course I could sample for days, but we don't have much more time, so we want to tell you where you can find Jay, because you see something like that and you know you have to stop by and see him. Maples Wedding Cakes. You are located on the web, maplesweddingcakes.com. Also, if you want to stop by in Murfreesboro, you can see him. Here's the phone number. It's 867-2229. 867-2229. Beautiful work. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for having me. Good to see you. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. All right, there's more on Tennessee Mornings after this, everybody. Don't go away.